Hi friends, welcome to Top Winner Academy. Today we will be dealing with current affairs of 7 and 8 November. Okay, Gurudwara Kartarpur Sahib. Why news? See, Pakistan is transferring the management and maintenance of Gurudwara Kartarpur Sahib from Pakistan Sikh Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee to non-Sikh body. Okay, that's why it's in news. അപ്പോൾ ഗുരുദ്വാര പ്രബന്ധ കമ്മിറ്റിയിൽ നിന്ന് ഒരു നോൺ സിഖ് ബോഡിയിലേക്ക് ഇത് ട്രാൻസ്ഫർ ചെയ്യുന്നു. ദാറ്റ്സ് വൈ ഇറ്റ്സ് ഇൻ ന്യൂസ്. Kartarpur Gurudwara it is revered shrine about 4 kilometers across the border where Guru Nanak Dev spent the last 18 years of his life. Right. So he spent last 18 years of his life there. It is in Pakistan. Earlier, India and Pakistan have signed an agreement to operationalize the Kartarpur corridor. The agreement is valid initially for 5 years. Okay. So it is this corridor crosses Ravi River. Okay, this corridor crosses River Ravi. The river Ravi ki kurugayana. Okay. Next, Amur falcons. Why it is in news? See, Amur falcons is a long distance migratory bird, and it is a small raptor of the falcon family. Okay. It breeds in the southeastern Siberia and northern China before migrating in large flocks across India and over the Arabian Sea to winter in southern Africa. See, travel distance. It travels nearly about 22,000 kilometers, which is one of the longest distance to be traveled by a bird. 22,000 kilometer ആണത് ഒരു വർഷത്തിൽ സഞ്ചരിക്കുക. ലോങ്ങസ്റ്റ് ഡിസ്റ്റൻസ് ടു ബി ട്രാവൽഡ് ബൈ എ ബേർഡ് അറ്റ് ജസ്റ്റ് 150 grams an Amur falcon. See, Falco amriemis is a small bird, male mostly grey in color. Okay, male grey in color, and the females having dark streaked cream or orange underparts. See, IUCN status, it is least concern. Okay, it's in least concern. See, Amur falcon is protected under both Wildlife Protection Act 1972 and Conservation of Migratory Species. Okay, so it comes in appendix 2 of the sites. Then we can say that, see, Doyang Lake of Nagaland is better known for this stopover for Amur falcons. Okay, so important. And during their annual migration from their breeding grounds to warmer South Africa. Thus, Nagaland is known as the falcon capital of the world. Okay, falcon capital of the world, which is Nagaland. Next, Metro Neo. See, why is the news? The center is planning to approve national standard specifications for Metro Neo, a no-frills low-cost urban rail transit system targeted at 2-tier and 3-tier cities. Okay, tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So what it is exactly? We will look into it. See, Metro Neo is a mass rapid transit system. Okay, it's a mass rapid transit system providing low-cost, energy-efficient and eco-friendly urban transport solution for tier 2 and tier 3 cities. See, drawing traction power from overhead wires. Okay, so power will be drawn from overhead wires. See, Metro Neo will not run on the track but on the roads. Very important. So they will be running not on the tracks but on the roads. It is suitable for places where the traffic demand is around 800 passengers one way in peak time. So 8,000 passengers one way in peak time, right? So if the demand is very high, the passenger number is very high, so it can be applied. It is suitable. So Metro Neo systems are lighter and smaller than conventional metro trains. Then the cost is about 25% of the conventional system, but with similar facilities and are cheaper than the other budget options Metrolite, which cost around about 40% of the normal metro. Okay, so Metrolite costs nearly 40%, but their Metro Neo 40% of the conventional metro, and Metro Neo, which costs nearly about 25% of the conventional metros. Okay, see, Academic Freedom Index. Why in news? India has scored considerably low in the international academic freedom Score is 0.352. Okay, so its minimum score is 0 and maximum score is 1. In between, India scored 0.352. Okay, so India ഏറ്റവും കുറവ് ഇന്ത്യ വളരെ കുറഞ്ഞ സ്കോറാണ് 0.352. Academic freedom. See, in general, it refers to a scholar's freedom to express ideas without risk of official interference or professional disadvantage. Okay, so if a scholar is interpreting his idea, there should not be any interference from the officials or professional disadvantages will not be there. That is academic freedom, but it is, such thing is not in India, so we'll discuss. See, it has been published by Global Public Policy Institute, okay, as a part of the Global Times series database, then in close cooperation with the Frederick Alexander University, Enlarged Nuremberg and Scholars at Risk and the Wiedemann Institute. So these are the institutes that publish. Then it compares levels of academic freedom worldwide and enhances the understanding of its curtailment. Okay, how this and freedom worldwide, okay, academic freedom worldwide and enhances the understanding of its curtailment. The AFI uses 8 components to evaluate the scores. So 8 components are freedom to research and teach, freedom of academic exchange and dissemination, then institutional authority, campus integrity, freedom of academic and cultural expression, constitutional protection of academic freedom, international legal commitment to academic freedom under the International Convention on Economic, social and cultural right and existence of universities. Right, so the score scaled from 0 to 1. The index does not report data for 35 countries. That's important. 35 രാജ്യങ്ങളുടെ ഇൻഡെക്സ് റിപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല. So these are United States and Australia. Okay, 35 countries that did not report the data. So it includes United States and Australia. Top performers are Uruguay, Portugal at the top with the scores 0.971. So followed closely by Latvia and Germany. Okay, so according to the report, political tensions in India have led to violent altercations between students, security forces and off-campus groups, and have driven legal actions and disciplinary measures against scholars critical of those in power. Okay, that was the issue in India. Then Gandhian Young Technological Innovation Awards. See, this award, Gandhian Young Technological Innovation Awards, to encourage technology students to move towards setting up biotechnology and other startups. See, GYTI awards constitute 2 categories of awards: students' innovations for advancement of research explorations, Gandhian Young Technology Innovations. So it is given to every year to the most promising technologies developed by the students in life sciences, biotechnology, agriculture, medical devices, etc. Who is giving it? It is given by Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council, BIRA, a public sector enterprise set up by the Department of Biotechnology. Okay, so first one this, and the next one, Society for Research and Initiative for Sustainable Technological Innovations, Gandhian Young Technological Innovations. It is given to every year to the students in other engineering disciplines except for the ones covered by SITAR GYTA. Okay, it is given by Society for Research and Initiatives for Sustainable Technological Innovations. Right, it's a developmental voluntary organization. Right, next is United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO. So why news? See, United Nations Industrial Development Organization representative in New Delhi has said that regional cluster concept of economic development is playing an important role in the success story of India. See, why is UNIDO? It is a specialized agency of the United Nations. Okay, there are 170 states are members of UNIDO as 1st April 2019. What are the mandate or the Aim of this body. See, it is to promote and accelerate inclusive and sustainable industrial development, okay, in member states. Okay, promote and accelerate inclusive and sustainable industrial development in member states. That is the aim of the body. Headquarters, Vienna, Austria. Established in 1966 by UN General Assembly. Okay. Then Wilhelmina Padsa, female hunter. Okay. So why it's in news? See, about 9,000 years ago, hunter-gatherers buried a teenager with hunting tools in the Andes Mountains of South America. So, see, researchers analyzed the remains unearthed in 2018. അപ്പോൾ സൗത്ത് അമേരിക്ക ആൻഡീസിൽ ഒരു 9,000 വർഷങ്ങൾക്ക് മുമ്പ് ഒരു ടീനേജറിനെ അവരുടെ ഹണ്ടിങ് ടൂളും വെച്ചിട്ട് കുഴിച്ചിട്ടിരുന്നു. ഇറ്റ്സ് എ ഫീമെയിൽ ബോഡി. ഓക്കെ. This hunter was a female aged between 17 and 19 at her death. Okay, between 30 and 50% of the hunters in these populations were female, and the researchers concluded from the analysis of burial records in the Americas. Okay, during excavations at high altitude site Wilhelmina Padsa in Peru in 2018, archaeologists found 5 burial pits with 6 individuals. Okay. The Wilhelmina Padsa female hunter has been identified as the earliest hunter burial founded in the America. Okay, this female body. It's the earliest burial in the Americas. Then is fast radio burst. So what is this? Fast radio bursts. These are bright bursts of radio waves. Okay, radio waves. So fast radio bursts are bright burst of radio waves. Its duration lie in milliseconds scale, because of which it is difficult to detect. Okay, these are burst of radio waves, so duration is milliseconds, so that it is very difficult to detect. So, and determine the position in the sky is also difficult because of its duration. This gave birth, because of this, it gave birth to this fast radio burst, gave birth to the theories that there could be it would be from some alien civilization. Okay, so moving forward, the source of the FRB detected in April in the Milky Way is a very powerful magnetic neutron star referred to as Magnetar. Okay, Magnetar. So Magnetar is located in the constellation Vulpecula and is estimated between 14,000 to 41,000 light years away. Okay, the FRB was part of one of the Magnetar's most prolific flare-ups with X-rays bursts lasting less than a second. Okay, so this Magnetar's most prolific flare-ups, so X-rays burst so lasting less than a second. Next, National Water Awards 2020 in news. See, Ministry of Jal Shakti was organizing the second National Water Awards 2019 distributing ceremony that will be held on 11th and 12th November 2020. Okay, organized by the Ministry of Jal Shakti, Department of Water Resources and River Development, and Ganga Rejuvenation. See, the award are given to motivate the individuals of the organization who are doing commendable work in the field of water resources conservation and management. Okay, so that's about today. So we'll be meeting on another day with another class. So please do share and subscribe our channel. So thank you.